Your body can be an amazingly helpful and accurate tool if you know how to use it. Hello, welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. I'm Sibylle, and today I'll tell you to use your body to make decisions and set boundaries. Our world is cerebral. We're pretty much in our heads the whole time, or most of the time. It starts when we grow up and get measured by our academic achievements. This determines a lot in our lives, like our chances at work for a career. Work itself is becoming more and more digitalized and/or remote. We communicate on social media. We can order things online. If we don't choose to, we don't have to use our bodies much at all these days. Now, this is certainly convenient, but is it always efficient? I say the body is a vastly underused resource, and there's a reason why we have a body and aren't just, ethereal spirits floating around. Here in this earthly experience, we have a body and a mind and a soul and a spirit, because these are meant to work together, and we've forgotten about that. So your mission today is to learn 2 new ways to use your body. Task number 1 is use your body to make decisions. Now, this one comes from NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. We all know that our bodies are sometimes ahead of our minds. And they are very hard to deceive. And anyone who ever had a certain feeling about a new acquaintance, a certain feeling that later on became confirmed 100%, knows what I'm talking about right now. So you can use this if you have a difficult decision to make. If you have 2 or more options and you're not sure which one is the right one, or you're overthinking and you're overanalyzing and you need to get out of your head. I'm warning you, this technique sounds a bit weird, but I'm also telling you that it works every single time like a charm. So what you do is you write down your options, your different options that you need to decide in between. And you write them down on individual pieces of paper. So 1 piece of paper per option. And then you spread out these pieces of paper on the floor of your room. And you go and stand on each of the pieces of paper. Like 10, 15, 20 seconds each. Just relax, breathe, and observe how you feel. Your body will tell you when you're on the right option. I know this sounds weird. I said it, but I also said it works every single time. I use it all the time. I've done it with clients and I use it myself. I use it to price my products. Very often I think something is the right thing in my analytical mind, and then I stand on the options and my body clearly tells me something else. I should do something else instead, and I've never gone wrong when I followed that advice. Try it and see how it works for you. Task number 2 is use your body to set boundaries. Picture the scene, you're at work and your boss or a colleague is trying to manipulate you into taking on some extra work. However, you've recently done a lot of extra work already, worked a lot of overtime, you're actually tired and have been looking forward to going home on time for a couple of days for a change. You really want to say no, but you're having trouble to find a way to say it politely and to actually push back and without stirring up trouble, right? The answer is you can practice with your body. This goes back to body work, and one prominent person who promotes this is Amy Cuddy. I can warmly recommend her work. I'm going to link in the description her TED Talk, which is sensational, highly recommended. Basically, the idea is that you assume a position with your body that to you embodies, there's a reason why this word exists, that embodies what you wish to project. So in this case, you would like healthy boundaries, and you would like an easier way to say no and to set a boundary, right? So think about what to you represents this. This is completely up to you. It might be a stance like a sumo wrestler with your legs apart and your point of gravity of your body lowered a little bit, like a really firm stance. It might be standing up really straight with your head held high, or maybe your hands stretched out like this. Right? Whatever it is, take on that pose and practice it a couple of times. I mean, ideally you'll practice it in advance, so you're already used to it. And then when you get into the situation where somebody starts to encroach upon your boundaries, You assume this pose. I'm not suggesting you stand in front of your boss in this pose. They would think you're crazy. But assume it in your office before you go to talk to them and say no. If you don't have an office of your own, excuse yourself to the bathroom for 2 minutes, lock yourself in a cubicle, assume your pose. It is amazing what happens. First of all, it changes your energy, so people will be less likely to try and overstep your boundaries in the first place. They're also more likely to accept your no. And secondly, it gives you the confidence. This pose that represents to you strong boundaries manifests those strong boundaries, so to speak. You have less trouble to actually take a stand and say no and stand in for what you want and set that boundary. Try it out, you'll see how it works. Task number 3 is, as usual, let me know. I'm really curious whether you have tried any of these already, or whether you work with your body in any other way, or if you would like to try out one of these. I'd love to know what you think, and I will reply to every comment, I promise. If you would like some more, you should consider becoming a part of the community of Wild Spirits by going to wildspiritscoaching.com and filling in that little form there. You'll get 1 email per week, 100% spam-free, with additional information and articles and recommendations of books and other resources. And sometimes you get exclusive offers that are only for my subscribers that nobody else ever gets to see. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com and sign up, or you can Google Wild Spirits Coaching. That'll get you to the website as well. Thank you for watching.